For most new players, starting Total Battle can be a little bit overwhelming. A lot of the intricate details of this game can be a little bit confusing. So I received an email from one of the subscribers here on the YouTube channel who has just started their Total Battle journey. And I've decided to make an entire video dedicated to answering all of these questions. So one of the first things a new player may struggle to understand are the acronyms here in Total Battle. So I'm going to list them all off and I'm going to explain and show what each one means. Beginning with resources. There are different types of resources like wood, iron, stone, food, gold, and silver. In the chat, they'll put RSS. It saves typing out all the individual resources, right? There are two others as well, and they are the Dragon Mound and the Wellspring. I'm going to activate my Watchtower just so I can find them a lot quicker. If you haven't seen the video on how awesome the Watchtower is, I'll pin it for you right now. It is just a really good tool to use. This is what a wellspring looks like. And inside that is where you can mine tar. Now, in the chat, when anyone's talking about wellsprings, they will just type WS. Same for dragon mounds. This is what a dragon mound looks like. If anybody is talking about a dragon mound, they will type DM. Speaking of chats, you do have two types of chats. You have your clan chat and you have your kingdom chat. So if anytime anybody references the kingdom chat, they'll probably put in KC. And if anytime anybody references clan chat, they'll probably just put in CC. But I've never ever seen anybody put in CC, just so you know. Other acronyms that new players might want to familiarize themselves with is ROA. Anytime anybody types ROA, they are talking about this tournament, which is Rise of the Ancients. Anytime somebody references COT, they are talking about this tournament, which is Clash for the Throne. And I know it's CFTT, but it's simplified to COT. It's Clash of the Throne. Anytime anybody in the chat references the name Tin Man, what they are talking about is the ROA, Rise of the Ancients, and the actual epic monster that you'll be fighting, which is this guy here. Most players refer to him as the Tin Man. A couple more acronyms that you need to know are the PvP, which means player versus player, and PvE, which means player versus event. In reference to your troops, like your guardsmen, your specialists, and your monsters. So anytime in the chat, you might see G1 or G2, all the way up to like G3, G4, G5, keep it going, G9. They are talking about the types of guardsmen, levels. So it'll be the guardsmen plus the levels. So if you are referring to mercs, it's not really an acronym. Basically, people don't type out mercenaries. The word is just shortened to mercs. Say you're doing an event with your clan. So let's say that we're doing Rise of the Ancients, for example. It ends in 16 hours, 18 minutes. That countdown timer is in alignment with the reset. Okay, now reset is important for new players to know. Events turn over every 24 hours, some every 48 hours, and some can go on for 5 days, like the Lucky Bazaar or the Pharaoh's Bazaar. Now, we'll get into all these tournaments later on in the video. The reason I'm talking about reset is because it is a good reference point for most clan leaders to ensure that most of their clan members know the timings for when they do a summoning of the Ancients monster, of the Tin Man. So because this is a global game and there's players playing all over the world, the reset is a good reference for everybody. So regardless of what time zone you're in, everybody goes off of this clock on the game. If you see in the chat from your clan leader, summoning of the Ancients, reset -2, you know that he's going to summon the monster 2 hours before the reset. If he puts reset +4, you know that he's going to summon the monster 4 hours after the reset. And that's something for new players to know. The biggest thing I did when I started is just start crypting as much as possible and put in as many VP points into the crypting as I could. It seemed pretty obvious to me early on that the most useful thing in the game is your armor. Instead of making level 1 or 2 armor, I just went right to level 3 armor, and then level 5 armor, and finally level 7 armor for Carter. Then I started making level 7 armor for everyone else. I figured, why waste silver and time on making everyone else armor until Carter is maxed on all of his armor and training in both archaeology and blacksmithing? Someone made this comment on one of your videos. Wasn't 100% sure what he meant. So basically, equip Carter with level 3 armor, then equip with level 5 armor, and finally level 7 before making any equipment for any other captains. This is a good strategy, I suppose, for brand new players who want to invest their resources in maximizing the ability of Carter. Carter is the captain that you send to explore crypts. What they are referencing is his equipment here. When you're playing this game, one of the things that you will do daily when you're logging in is hunting crypts. And I've done a whole video about hunting crypts and I'll link it for you right now. But you want to ensure that you're leveling up Carter to his highest performance level possible in relation to your current level, equipping him with the best equipment possible so that when he explores these crypts, he is doing it to the best potential that he has, which is his exploration efficiency, carrying as much tar as he can, which is his tar capacity. In doing so, it reduces the cost of what it takes to go and mine the crypt. So what these players are saying is, especially early on in the game, instead of focusing on trying to build an army and trying to attack all of these other things, it makes sense for you to invest mainly in what you'll be doing a lot more of, which is crypt hunting. Because when you hunt crypts, you can gain XP, which is experience points, clan chests, and all of these extra materials that you need to build more equipment. So it makes sense for you to level up Carter and do the research necessary in the academy in regards to archaeology, so you can level up. Crypt exploration efficiency, max level 9.5% extra, level 1. And as you go along in the archaeology, unlocking more and more to the max level, you'll find that when using Carter, he will be able to smash higher level crypts a lot cheaper than if you weren't to invest in it. Also, talking about the equipment of Carter, very, very important that you pay attention to the equipment, because it is this equipment that you can craft in the blacksmithing forge to ensure that the crypt exploration efficiency plus 18%, tar capacity plus 8%, tar production plus 8%, this level equipment here does all that. With the right gems and the right enchantments, it can really help reduce the cost. So what they're saying is invest a lot in Carter early on. Try and get him the max level equipment as possible, as well as the gems and as well as the enchantments. That way you're going to absolutely smash it and be able to make better equipment faster for your other captains later on down the line. And I've done a whole video explaining on the best equipment to craft, how to craft it, how to use gems, how to use enchantments, and I'll pin it for you right now. So another thing for new players to know about is authority, dominance, and leadership score. When you're building your hero and building your captains, what they will do is level up with more experience that they gain. Each captain and each hero has leadership, authority, and dominance scores. So what does each one mean? If we take my hero, for example, Haemon, and we go to attack a monster, heroes attack rare monsters, captains attack common monsters. When you go to click attack, what you'll see here is your hero, your dragon, your mercenaries, your monsters, and your army. For new players, brand new players, it may take you a while before you acquire all these things, but I'm just prepping you for when it does come. So the amount of mercenaries you can send, and the amount of monsters you can send, and the amount of guardsmen and troops in your army that you can send are determined by how big your authority, leadership, and dominance score is. So for example, if I click select all, you will see that my entire army is selected to attack this rare monster squad. And you will see that the numbers have changed. So my leadership currently, I've got 8,887 troop types in my army. My authority score is dictated by my mercenaries. So if I move and adjust how many I'm sending, you can see the number is changing. But the maximum amount of mercenaries I could ever send with my hero is 10,300. And it's the same with monsters as well. My limit is 5,050. So that is the most amount of monsters I can send. Now, if I'm not going to use my hero and I'm going to use a different captain, now these are not my fighting troops. However, because of their level, you will see all of their different scores. If I click on straw, it changes. If I click on Aurora, it changes, you see? Now, if I get one of my fighting troops up, like A-Day, most new players will spend a lot of time leveling up A-Day. You can see her leadership is a lot higher, authority a lot higher, dominance a lot higher. Depending on the level of the captain or the hero will determine how big an army you can send to attack. And it's good to know because then you know your limits. Golden Pass. If you buy the Golden Pass upon completion of a task, do you get both the rewards in the free line and the rewards for the Triumph Pass? Okay, so for most players, when they start playing this game, they come to the realization that investing a little bit of money into your account can go a long way. Most players highly recommend the Triumphal Challenge Golden Pass. Additionally, yes, if you have the Golden Pass, you get the free rewards plus the Golden Pass rewards as well. And as you can see, it's very significant. 100,000 gold for level 1. Level 2, you get 1.2 million silver 10 times. Okay, so that's 12 million silver. 1 day speed ups 80, and that's just the first 3. If I was doing the Triumphal Challenge this month, you can see I've got to level 35 and I would have unlocked all of those additional rewards, extra gold, extra speed ups, extra marches, extra tar, all of these beneficial resources and mercs, epic monster hunting mercs that you can then use to enhance your gameplay. Additionally to that, when you click on the clan button, you will know that there's the Union of Triumph. If you haven't seen this yet as a new player, look into this. Click on the Union of Triumph. Because you have unlocked the Golden Pass, you will then become a clan member in the Union of Triumph, which means you and whoever else in your clan is doing the Triumphal Challenge contribute to extra bonuses. So along this line here, you can see that there are 20 clan members in my clan currently doing the Triumphal Golden Pass Challenge. As a result, depending on how many clan members are participating, you can get clan bonuses. So it's a 15% tar production, 15% resource production, 15% silver production, 5% experience points bonus, 10% construction speed points bonus, and it keeps going up. So the more players in your clan who participate unlocks more beneficial things for their gameplay. In the Union of Triumph, you also get clan tokens. So the more you play, the more you build this pot towards the goal of 900,000. If you get that, you can unlock a clan capital, which provides benefits for all the clan. You also get all of these clan bonuses like these chests, red books, and also fragments for Helen. This is how you unlock Helen. You can gain these fragments from the bonuses from your clan tokens. When you go to the shop and collect your own personal tokens, you can use them to purchase Helen of Troy fragments, which you need to unlock her. This is my alt account, and I have done this in the past. Helen is very beneficial as a captain. She increases food production speed and troop training speed. The two things you want the most to make sure you have a big army, but you can only get her from unlocking her. And it's very important that you understand how to do that. So if you're going to do the Triumphal Golden Pass Challenge, dedicate those 30 days that it's active for and really hit this game hard as a new player. Go for it. Really smash it. Watch these videos, learn everything you need to know, and then go for it and get yourself Helen. Because once you've got her once, you've got her then. So yes, doing the Triumphal Challenge, unlocking the Golden Pass, participating in the Union of Triumph for your clan, you will gain so many more bonuses that will really amplify your gameplay. It will just propel you. It will catapult you to a whole new level, which I highly recommend doing for any new player or any player. And the way that I look at it is that the cost of the Golden Pass is quite affordable when you consider how many days it runs for and all the benefits and bonuses you will get from having it. So as a new player, you will log into the game every day and you will be checking to see what needs to be done because the notifications that have popped up whilst you've not been on the game, and then you will want to get them things done. So we call these the daily basics. When you log into the game, depending if you're on mobile or if you're on PC, it's all the same, just a different layout. There is a methodical way that I've developed over time, which I will share with you right now because it will probably help catapult you to achieve faster. So the order of what I do when I log into the game goes as follows. So let's just say I've just logged in. The first thing I do is activate my VIP, 100%. I check to see if I've got any bonuses that I can add, which I do. So I do that. And then I activate it for 1 hour because I'm dedicating 1 hour to doing my daily basics. The next thing I do is I click on the tournaments tab and I go to the Triumphal Challenge. The reason why I do that is because I want to go to my personal missions and see what needs to be done. These missions grant you extra scrolls, which increase the level of the Triumphal Challenge, which ultimately gives you coins so you can get stuff from the Triumphal shop, which you're going to need later on down the line. So log into the game every day, click on that, happy days, that leveled me up. Now I've got some rewards. See, I get an extra 1,000,000 stone. Now what's next to be done? Earn 980 golden guardian points. That is normally to do with the tournament, which at the minute is Rise of the Ancients, but we're not going to worry about that right now. What we're looking at is what we will do and what we won't do in this hour. Destroy 3 common monster squads of level 19 and higher. I'm not going to be doing that. So you're allowed refreshes. You're allowed 3 refreshes. What I do is know that I'm not going to be doing that one. So I'll click on the refresh tab and something new will come up. Train 430 melee guardsmen level 5. I am going to be doing that, so I'll keep that. Scroll down. Revive 3,200 troops in the temple. I most likely will do that if I do Rise of the Ancients and if I'm going to revive troops. But if I'm not going to do that, I click the refresh button. Spend 4,000 gold on reviving troops. New player tip: do not do that. Do not get in the habit of reviving troops with gold. Save your gold for other necessary things in the game, which I'll go into maybe later on in the video. The idea of not spending gold to revive your troops is because you can rebuild your troops, granted that you have enough speed ups and enough silver. So yeah, new players, try not to get into the habit of spending all your gold on reviving troops. Destroy 2 rare monster squads level 19 and higher. I'm not going to be doing that, so I'll refresh that. Train 430 range guardsmen. So I know I've got to train some guardsmen, ranged guardsmen, and I know that I've got to train melee guardsmen, both 430. Then it says train 860 guardsmen, which is great because if you add those two together, that's exactly the total. So I could kill 3 in one go, right? Get 3 unlocked in one go. And that is why I go onto the missions first. So now I know what I'm going to do. That now sets up my next task. So before I train troops, I want to make sure that I've got the captains that I want in place so that I can do that. So at the minute I've got Aurora. I definitely want Farhad. If I have her, which I don't on this account, I would definitely use Helen. I make sure those 2 are active because I know Aurora and Farhad, one for research and one for construction build, is going to be my next thing, which is the quests. So when you click on the daily quests to earn these extra bonuses in these chests, if you get max points, you will earn yourself a scroll. You also have your daily jobs, which because the VIP is active, depending on the VIP level, will determine the amount of time you get free. So if I click on the VIP real quick, you'll see free daily job speed up 1 hour, 30 minutes. So if I add some more daily jobs, let's say I add 9 of these, you can see this is 2 minutes, I get it for free. 2 minutes, get it for free. 30 minutes, get it for free. And you keep on clicking all of those. There's one, 2.5 hours. So I don't get that for free because my VIP is only for 1.5 hours. However, I click on it and get it going. The rest, I keep on clicking and I get all of these rewards. These are free. Perfect. The next thing, clan gifts. You want to make sure you get your clan gifts and you claim those chests and you get all your gifts from your clan. Gifts received. Excellent. Then you want your triumphal gifts as well. These are from members of your clan who have bought packs from the shop. So you get those too. Click the help button, help your clan members. You can click help all, that does all of them in one go. And now when you go to your quests, you can see that you've unlocked a few. Complete 8 daily jobs, done that. Open 10 clan gifts, done that. Help 20 of your clanmates, done that. Now, the next thing most people do is claim the free sale because it is available. So yep, cool, get that. That's the next one done. Now, if you go to the quests, you will have some troop to train, you will have some building to upgrade, and you will have something to research. That's why it's important to have Farhad and Aurora active with the VIP while you're doing it. You can go a step further. When you activate your VIP, if you've got experience points bonus, you may as well activate that as well. Do that for 1 hour. If you want to. I just have. And the reason why I've done it is because if I'm going to upgrade a building or if I'm going to upgrade some research and I've got Aurora and Farhad active, if I'm going to do it, they're going to gain the experience. And the bonus is 100%. So they get double the amount of experience for doing these tasks that I would have done anyway. Do you get what I mean? Gold ingots is important. Make sure you send those. So if you go into your city, you click on your city capital, go to taxes, may as well send them all, pay taxes. That is that task done. And basically, you keep on going through all of these tasks till you make it to the end and earn yourself the scroll. So in one of my videos, I talk about the importance of tile placement, where to put your city on the map. I do talk about putting your city near a clan fort. That way it's easier and faster for you to send troops to the clan fort should you need to during certain tournaments like Clash of the Throne. Another subscriber here on the YouTube commented on why you should put your city on a tile that provides more food bonus. If you have a tile that produces food for an extra 90%, you can in essence build a bigger army. And I've done a whole video on how to set your city up to have a big army, which I'll also pin for you right now. Where you place your city on the map all depends on playstyle, 100%. If you are doing Clash of the Throne, you'll see that I'll move my city to a tile that increases fortification bonus and strength. If I'm building a big army, I will put it on a tile that provides more food. If you are doing an alt city or building your city to produce more silver, then I highly recommend you do what I've done for my alt account. Alt being another acronym for alternate account, by the way. You can place it on a tile that provides more silver, like this one here, 60% silver bonus. And also for new players, especially when you are part of a clan, make sure that you put your city within the clan territory as well. I've done a video explaining this, one of my very, very first videos about clan territory and the importance of having your city within that clan territory, because you actually get clan bonuses. Depending on what your clan leader is researching for the benefit of all the players within the clan, you will only receive those benefits if you are in the clan territory. So it's important that you get inside the clan territory, but additionally important that you find a tile within that territory that is going to help serve your goal for your city and what it is you're trying to achieve. So in regards to developing your city as a new player, my advice to you would be to familiarize yourself with how it works. Build buildings, demolish buildings, have a little feel for what buildings give you the resources you need. So if you require more silver, then it makes sense to build more mansions. If you require more food, it makes sense to build more farmhouses. I have done videos on how to build a city to maximize on silver, which I'll pin for you right now. And I've also done a video on how to build your city to maximize for food production so you can build a big army, which I will also pin for you right now, or I may have pinned earlier in the video. I'm pinning a lot of videos to this video for you as a new player. It is an overwhelming game, but my advice for very, very new players is to keep familiarizing yourself with the game before you decide what it is you want to maximize on. If you're at a stage where you think, right, I do need more food, I'm not producing enough food, then yeah, go ahead and build your city to cater for a bigger army. Do I recommend doing it from the offset? It depends. If your clan is providing enough silver for you, then yes, go ahead and build your city to produce enough food for your army. But if your clan isn't producing enough silver, then you do have to be self-reliant and you will need to maximize your research and production of silver, because you need the silver, especially for merc exchanges once they come along as well. You do want a good amount of silver so that you can afford to pay for mercs, because having mercs is absolutely epic. And finally, what top tournaments do I recommend to new players to do when they've only got a certain amount of troops and a certain amount of mercs? If you are part of a good clan, I highly recommend that your clan leader organizes summoning Rise of the Ancients, where you will get maximum clan bonuses, also max valor. I also recommend the Ragnarok because you get maximum valor points, plus you can store all of your earnings for the next Ragnarok event and you can access it anytime during the game. So as you can see here, I've got 13,000 Jormungandr points and I've got 404,000 Fenrir points, which I can then use to purchase stuff from the shop anytime. And the final one that I recommend, especially for new players, is Shadow Invasion. Shadow Invasion allows you to attack with your hero and all of your captains in one attack, gaining yourself conquest points as well, which I've done a whole video on, which I'll pin for you right now. So those three are the top three. There are others that look very seductive to a new player, like Hellforge, because if you do Hellforge, you can get yourself equipment from Hellforge and you don't lose that. It stores in the shops. There's also the Arachne Swarm, which promotes you leveling up captains. You can do 3 at a time. Yeah, it is good, but I'd recommend doing those later on down the line. Doomsday and all the other tournaments like Clash for the Throne later on down the line. In a nutshell, you want to do this game as you level up. Like I say, I've been playing for almost a year now, and I'm still yet to do a Kingdom versus Kingdom tournament. That's like the pinnacle of where you want to be when playing this game. But first and foremost, you definitely want to master all the other stuff first, and you want to get comfortable before you consider trying to do everything at once. If you try and do everything at once, you may get overwhelmed and you may get hit with burnout, which I've done a whole video on ways to avoid disappointment when playing this game, which I'll also pin for you right now. Honestly, this game is so complex and so well put together and so well thought out. Initially, you may think, what have I got myself into? But I promise you, if you take the time to learn each bit individually, just as I have, and just as every other player before you has, you will catapult yourself to a whole experience that is so rewarding and so fulfilling. That's why so many players play this game. Big shout out to Mitesh, the player who sent me this email with these prompting questions. Wouldn't have made this video had it not been for you. So thank you very much from me and everybody else in the community. YouTube are going to recommend a video now. But if there was anything mentioned in this video that you are drawn to now, because that's where you're currently at or what you're currently facing, watch that video, learn from it and apply it. And as always, I look forward to seeing you on the next one.